Football has always been different from almost every other major sport. Once the referee blows the whistle, the game flows continuously for 45 minutes. There are no coach timeouts, no commercial breaks, and very few interruptions. That non-stop action is one of the reasons football has become the world's most popular sport. But during the 2026 FIFA World Cup, that tradition changed. For the first time in World Cup history, every match includes mandatory hydration breaks, regardless of the weather. FIFA says the decision is about protecting player health, but many fans, players, and coaches believe something much bigger is happening. So the question is simple. Are hydration breaks really about player safety? Or are they changing football forever? To understand the controversy, we first need to understand why FIFA introduced the rule. The 2026 World Cup is being played across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Several host cities experience extremely hot summer temperatures, and sports scientists have warned that playing high-intensity football in those conditions increases the risk of dehydration, heat exhaustion, and heat-related illness. Some matches during the tournament have even been played in conditions classified as severe heat. From a medical perspective, the idea makes sense. Professional footballers run around 10 to 13 kilometers during a single match. They sprint, change direction hundreds of times, and perform at maximum intensity for long periods. Losing too much fluid can reduce performance and increase health risks. Giving players a few minutes to cool down and rehydrate could make a real difference. That is FIFA's argument. The organization insists the breaks exist purely to protect players and not for financial reasons. But not everyone is convinced. Almost immediately after the tournament began, criticism started pouring in from fans around the world. The biggest complaint wasn't actually about the hydration itself. It was about what happened during the breaks. In many television broadcasts, the stoppages became perfect opportunities to show advertisements. Instead of watching players recover, viewers suddenly found themselves watching commercials. That led many supporters to ask an uncomfortable question. If these breaks are only about player welfare, why do they feel so much like advertising breaks? The debate spread rapidly across social media, football forums, and television broadcasts. Many supporters argued that football was beginning to resemble sports with frequent commercial timeouts. Others believed FIFA was opening the door to even more interruptions in the future. Another major criticism involves the rhythm of the game. Football has always been unique because momentum matters. Sometimes one team dominates for 10 or 15 minutes without scoring. The pressure builds. The crowd becomes louder. The defending team struggles to escape its own half. Then suddenly, everything stops. Players walk to the sidelines. Coaches gather their teams. Instructions are given. Tactical changes are made. The defending team gets valuable time to recover. When play finally resumes, the momentum can be completely different. Many coaches have admitted that these breaks allow them to reorganize their teams in ways that were never possible before. Even coaches who understand the medical reasons have acknowledged that the pauses can significantly affect tactics and momentum. This changes one of football's oldest traditions. For more than a century, managers have had very limited opportunities to communicate with players during a match. Once kickoff begins, players are expected to solve problems on the field themselves. Hydration breaks effectively create new coaching opportunities. Some people see this as a positive evolution. Others believe it changes the identity of football. Supporters of the new rule argue that football simply has to adapt. The climate is changing. Summer temperatures are becoming more extreme in many parts of the world. Protecting players should always come before preserving tradition. If a 3-minute break reduces the risk of serious heat-related illness, many believe it is a small price to pay. Critics respond with another question. If hydration is the only concern, why are breaks required in every match, even in cooler conditions or climate-controlled stadiums? That question has fueled even more debate among supporters. FIFA has defended the policy, saying a universal rule creates consistency for every team throughout the tournament and that the decision was based on player welfare rather than commercial interests. Whether fans believe that explanation is another matter. This isn't the first time football has resisted change. When goal line technology was introduced, many people opposed it. VAR remains one of the most controversial innovations in football history. The increase to 5 substitutions was heavily debated. Almost every major rule change has divided supporters at first. Some eventually become accepted. Others remain controversial for years. The same may happen with hydration breaks. Years from now, fans might wonder why football ever existed without them. Or they may look back on this World Cup as the moment the sport became more commercialized than ever before. Right now, nobody knows which future is more likely. What is clear is that the discussion goes far beyond water. It touches on a much bigger question. How much should football change? Should tradition always be protected? Or should the game continue evolving to meet modern challenges? There may never be a perfect answer. But one thing is certain. Very few rule changes have generated as much discussion during a World Cup as these mandatory hydration breaks. Some people see them as an essential step toward protecting players. Others see them as the beginning of a new era filled with more stoppages, more coaching interventions, and more commercial opportunities. Whichever side you agree with, this debate has become one of the defining stories of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And it could shape the future of football for many years to come.